It helped rescue some of America's biggest companies and played no small role in driving the world out of recession. But the future of China's car industry may not be as rosy as it thinks. BON's Andrew Livingston asks, could the wheels be about to come off China's massive auto market?
Chinese people's voracious demand for motor vehicles has helped the big three American car manufacturers survive after teetering on the brink of bankruptcy, and boosted a huge, relatively new domestic automobile industry. In fact, China is now the world's largest car market, overtaking the US last year and growing at more than 40% year on year. But experts are warning this growth is unsustainable. Jilin University scholar He Baoshan predicts the current red-hot car market will soon start to cool, with growth in sales reaching a plateau or even starting to fall.
The current pattern of car production and consumption in China cannot be sustained. It's a situation caused by the current environment here, and will start to fall as society changes.
Professor He warns that this will leave the Chinese car industry in a state of overproduction. In the first 6 months of this year, China's automakers manufactured and sold 9 million cars. That's an increase of almost 50% on last year. Foreign auto sales are also growing at a fast rate, as discerning consumers opt for models with a strong brand like Buick and Volkswagen. Professor He says that parents buying cars for their children account for most of China's motor vehicle sales, and as population demographics change, sales will inevitably fall.
It's because of the one-child policy. The housing and automobile markets are both related to this phenomenon. The peak birth rate was in the 50s and 60s, and these people's children have reached the age where they start a family. For these people, consumer goods like cars are a necessity. After this peak period is over, consumption will drop. What will the next hot item of consumption be? We still don't know.
In recent years, traffic congestion has become a major problem in China's more prosperous cities, as growing wealth leads to increased car ownership. But local authorities are reluctant to take any measures that could restrict car ownership, for fear it will damage the domestic motor vehicle industry. Almost all the country's provinces consider their local motor vehicle industries as priorities for development, but Professor He says this is unreasonable. Although China's per capita car ownership still lags behind the developed world, a lack of road space in fast-growing urban centres, and particularly parking facilities, leave it less room for growth. Instead, Professor He says a sensible approach is to further develop public transport in a way that protects the environment and saves energy while still promoting easy urban travel. However, measures to restrict car sales are unlikely to be introduced anytime soon, and manufacturers, also huge employers, will continue to boost production, planning for continued growth. But if the professor's prediction comes true, it won't only be the Chinese motor industry that suffers. This massive country is America's largest car market too. Andrew Livingstone, BON.